Hello and welcome to the Chapter 9 Study Guide. Chapter 9 Study Guide. We're going to be going through a select number of questions on page 338 to page 339. So if you don't already have a pencil, piece of paper, your book open there, ready to go through it. Once again, I am going to move probably faster than you can write things down, so you might need to pause the video at times just to write things down. So yeah. Um, but yeah, so you can write things down. Well, we are gonna get started. We got some multiple choice questions. So yeah, your test is gonna be posted tomorrow by 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna schedule it, but it should be a fun time. Fun time. So, question number 1 says, which is not an abiotic factor? Do you remember what abiotic means? Not living. Yes. So which one of these is not living? Is it A, atmosphere, B, prey, C, sunlight, D, temperature? Which one? Prey. Prey is living, so it is not an abiotic factor. So prey, not like things that we do when we talk to God, but as in like things that predators hunt. Okay. Which biome is shown below? Now, the picture obviously is in your textbook, so if you look at the picture in your textbook, is it an A, desert, B, forest, C, grassland, D, tundra? Look at the picture. It is a grassland. We see that it's very flat, but we do see that there is grass, making it a grassland. No trees, so it wouldn't be a forest. Doesn't look cold, so it wouldn't be tundra. All right, question 3. Which term describes a slow change in an environment? Is it A, abiotic, B, biotic, C, regression, D, succession? What do you think? I think I need to find where my mouse is. Here it is. Succession. Remember, there's primary and secondary succession. An environment growing back after something, whether it's starting from rocks or starting from soil. Which is not a limiting factor? Question 4. Which is not a limiting factor? Is it completion? Is it completion, disease, amount of resources, or biotic potential? Which one? Think about which ones are limiting factors and then limit them down. Biotic potential is not a limiting factor. Why, you say? Well, completion is not correct. Completion is supposed to say competition. Oh, competition, which is what A is supposed to say, is a limiting factor, competing with one another for resources. Disease, that is a limiting factor. It controls the amount of population. C, amount of resources, that is a limiting factor. If you don't have enough food, your population can't grow. Biotic potential is how much your population or how much a living thing could grow. Question 5. What is a niche? Is it A, a cycle of matter, B, a source of energy, C, a limiting factor, or D, the unique ways an organism survives, obtains food and shelter, and avoids danger? So, a niche is like your role in an ecosystem, what you do in an ecosystem, how you act, what your purpose is. And so that is D, the way an organism survives, obtains food and shelter, and avoids danger. That is a niche. My kitten keeps chewing on my iPad charger cable. So sorry. Question 6 says, which type of symbiotic relationship is beneficial for both organisms? Is it A, commensalism, B, competition, C, mutualism, or D, parasitism. So mutual for both. Mutualism. Beneficial. The feeling is mutual. That is beneficial for both. Okay. Question 7 and 8, we going to skip. Remember, we didn't cover the whole chapter. We covered the first part of section 3, but not the second part, because it was stuff we had already covered, so I thought it was redundant to cover it again. Question 9, which type of consumer gets all the energy it needs from producers? Is it A, carnivore, B, detrivore, C, herbivore, D, omnivore? Energy from producers. It is a herbivore. Carnivores get energy from other consumers. Detrivores break dead things down. Herbivores from producers, like plants. Omnivores only get some of the energy from producers. Question 10. Skip again. All right, we are in the long answer, so the non-multiple choice section. Question 11 says contrast aquatic and terrestrial ecosystems and explain how they might interact. So contrast means tell me how they're different. So how are aquatic and terrestrial ecosystems different and how might they interact? Aquatic ecosystems are located in the water and terrestrial ecosystems are located on land because aqua, like water, terra, earth. So these ecosystems interact at places like beaches and lake shores where water meets land. Like a beach, you have land and water. So, question 12. This might be different for you guys, but list some of the biotic and abiotic factors you respond to each day. So biotic is living, abiotic is not living. So some biotic factors I respond to are water, light, temperature, and atmosphere. I'm responding a lot to temperature because it's been very hot and then not very hot, but it's been hot and then cold. Hot, cold, hot, cold. I need water to survive. I need light to see. I need air to breathe. Temperature affects how I dress in layers because it can be warm and then hot. Some biotic factors I respond to are family, friends, pets like Momo and Appa, especially when they're chewing my iPad cord, and wild animals, the geese that are just surrounding my apartment constantly, that they should leave, but they won't because they had kids. We're going to skip question 13. Question 14 is another fancy word of saying contrast. Differentiate between a habitat and a niche. Niche. Sorry, I just did the thing I told you guys not to do. A habitat is the physical location. So it's like a home where an organism or a group of organisms live. A niche describes all the ways an organism survives, obtains food and shelter, and avoids danger in a habitat. So, definitions. Let's see. 15. Describe the symbiotic relationship shown below. Once again, in your textbook, question 15. We have a cocklebur and skin. The symbiotic relationship we're shown is commensalism. The cocklebur benefits from the relationship while the animal, us, in this case, that carries it, is not harmed or helped. But it stings us, Mrs. Bulwark. Yes, I know, sometimes they do scratch the skin, but we're not super harmed. No, I don't think any of you sound like that. And our last question, 16, hypothesize what might happen to a lake ecosystem if very little rain fell for many years. How would the lake community change? What would happen if the amount of rain greatly increased rather than decreased? So the lake would first dry up, and animals such as fish that rely on water to survive would not be able to live there. If rain increased, the lake might get larger, and the size of the populations in the lake would also increase. So, a lot of rain would increase the carrying capacity of the lake by increasing the size. If there's not a lot of rain, that would decrease the carrying capacity. So there wouldn't be as many fish that would be able to live there, and it might gradually change too over time. It might have succession and change from a pond or a lake to a swamp, then to a forest. But yeah, make sure you go over these first the the 2.5 lessons we covered. Take your time. Your test is going to be posted tomorrow, and it's everyone's favorite. What extra credit word is it going to be? Well, I've done a couple board games now. If you write the word Monopoly, at the end of one of your short answer questions, I will give you extra credit. So if you write the word Monopoly, a game that I do not like playing, but I do like the card version, Monopoly Deal. That's a lot shorter and a lot more fun. But all right. Um, Most of your tests tomorrow will be multiple choice. I can tell you that. Couple short answers, probably. All right. Have a great day. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.